Hello everyone and welcome to our second podcast on the Southport Central residential elections. Today we're talking about the method of voting because, John, we don't have modern electronic voting here at Southport Central.
No, we don't. We actually got that through an AGM a couple of years ago, and then for some reason, without any explanation, the committee put up another motion to knock it off, and they did. They got the numbers together, and suddenly we don't have electronic voting.
The result of that is voting becomes a complicated action. Up until now, we've been telling people what they need to do is print out the voting paper. Here this year it's 7 pages, fill them in, and then use a scanner to scan it in, and then they can send it off by email, or you can just post the printed form as well, although it's a bit late to do that for this year. Not so many people have scanners these days. I tried to do some research before this to look at what percentage of consumers still have flatbed scanners or scanners, John, and I couldn't even find any research. That's how prevalent it is.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that. Does that mean that people no longer use scanners, or they just never had them?
I think they use it. A lot of people use their phones for scanning. So we're going to get on to these 3 methods. The first method is, instead of having a scanner, we use an app on your phone. You will need to print the documents and you'll need some sort of computer that controls the printer. I've been using an app called Genius Scan, and the reason I chose that app was you don't have to sign up and there's a free tier to it, so you don't have to create an account.
I've tried that scanning app and I got quite excited because you just point your camera at it and it scans and the job's done. It's as simple as that. Then you email it.
Exactly right. It's better to probably use a scanning app than just, you could take photos with your photos.
That's another option,
But Photos apps aren't really set up for documents, and the scanning app will look at the page, realise it's a page, and modify its perspective so that it's really nice and clear on it. And it'll also get the 7 pages, and at the end, it'll put them into a PDF form, and then you've got the option to share that PDF. I suggest that you email it to yourself so that you can double check that everything's right on it before sending it off as a vote. And it comes in as an attachment. You save the attachment, go through it, make sure it's correct, and then you can send a fresh email off with that attached to the body corporate secretary as you vote.
Yeah.
I think that's the safest way of doing it. It is straightforward. It should take you no more than about 5 minutes, really.
Oh, it's so quick. Try it. It's just a few minutes and it's done. It's amazing.
Right, so that's option 1. That'll make voting pretty simple and straightforward for a lot of people. Option 2 is if you've got a computer. There are PDF programs out there which allow you to add crosses and sign documents, even if those documents don't have designated fields. And John, our voting paper doesn't have special fields that you can fill in.
No, that makes it even harder than
another obstacle to make it hard. It's a way that the committee can keep there indefinitely forever.
Yes.
I chose an application for your computer that you don't even have to download. You just go to that web address and it'll ask you to upload the document. That then appears on the screen, and as you can see there, I'm choosing not to add text but rather shapes, and for each question I go into the shapes menu item, select the cross and put the cross in the right box. Now be very careful when you vote because the yes and no areas that you use are fairly close to each other. You've got to put the cross on the left-hand side of yes or the left-hand side of no. You just go through from 9 to 22. As I mentioned, 9-1, vote no. That's the old body corporate manager. We want a change of manager, so vote yes to 9-2, and then vote yes to literally everything after that. You'll notice at the bottom that you need to put your lot or unit number in there. Don't leave that out because it's important for them to know who is voting or which unit is voting. Then you can use the text tool to put in your name. You can also create a signature very simply. The best thing you can do is choose the text signature where you actually type your name, and then it can change it into cursive script to make it look like a real signature. You can end up with a script-like signature, and don't forget to date it as well. Once you've done that, you download from this web application the actual document you've got and put it in a directory or give it a name that's different from the blank one so that you're not sending off a blank vote. And again, now you've got something you can attach to your email. You fire up and make an email address to the body corporate secretary. You add the filled in PDF file as an attachment, say what you want in the body of the email, and then you can send that off. Pretty simple.
Yes, it is.
If you want an electronic version of the blank voting paper, well, we provide that for you. It's in the email that we've sent out that you would have been using to access this video. Now, supposing you don't even have a computer, John.
Oh dear.
If you haven't got a computer, haven't got a scanner, haven't got a printer, you might think you can't do it.
But you're done, yeah.
If you've got an email service, obviously you need one to get the voting paper in the first place.
Yeah, and they wouldn't be watching this if they didn't.
That's right. Well, anyway, what you can do if you actually live at Southport Central, but this might apply to other voters in other areas, you can go to the library, which is only about 2 minutes away.
Yeah, just across the road.
And they have computers there. So if you take the voting paper on a USB, or you save it in a cloud service like Google Drive, or you send an email to yourself, you will have that blank document available in the library, and you can use just a web address to access the PDF creator that you can use for filling in the vote. So you can do it all in the library, and even if you've got your email host running, you could send it off from there to the secretary.
Yes, I've accessed my email all around the world in libraries and just coffee shops and you name it. It can be done, it doesn't matter where you are. But
Yeah.
for Southport Central, yeah, literally just across the street.
And if that's too much, just take a USB with the file on it across there. So no printer, no scanner, not even a computer, and you've voted.
Yeah.
Now we have one more option for you though. If those don't float your boat, what you can do is ignore all of that and go up to Officeworks. I went up to Officeworks and I had a good chat with Officeworks today about this. And they've got a machine there which can print this out. You can at Officeworks fill it in, and then they will scan it and send it to your email address. Now, if you find even the thought of doing it yourself difficult, they said they can walk you through it and they can actually help you do that. So you don't even need any technical knowledge. You don't need any equipment at all. All they do is print the voting slip, you fill it in, then they scan it in, send the email to you. And I suggest it's important legally that they send it to you and not directly to the secretary, because there's an issue around sending votes from third-party
Yeah,
sources.
I think it could be argued that if you get Officeworks to do it, you've handed your vote to a third party,
Yeah.
and that's a no-no.
You create an email from you to the secretary and attach the vote that you just saved.
Again, I would stress that Officeworks is just a short walk from Southport Central, but there are Officeworks type organisations all around the world, and it doesn't matter where you live, in Australia, anywhere else, there'll be a place just like our Officeworks that will do that for you.
Yeah, and I asked Officeworks how much it cost, and we went through it all. It's probably about $3, really. I mean, it's only scanning 7 pages and printing them out. They said printing is 11 cents a page.
Well, that's a pretty good investment when you consider the cost of our levies.
And insurance,
and how
yeah.
they're going up, yeah. $3, yeah, you could do that.
It's about the price of half a cappuccino in Southport. I mean, if you get $6 cappuccino, that's not too bad, actually. They're even getting higher than that, aren't they, cappuccinos?
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Yeah. So you can vote and not use any technology and just pay $3 and you'll probably get that money back in better management in the Southport Central generally.
As long as they vote yes for the motions that we recommend.
Yeah, absolutely. Remember, vote yes to 9 to 10 through to 22, and 9-1 we recommend voting no.
And just a short word, if you've already voted and you're now not happy with your vote, you can change your vote. You just go through this procedure, send your new vote in with a note attached to it saying, this supersedes my previous voting papers, disregard them, please.
And you could put that note in the body of the email.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
absolutely. You've got to say that it is a replacement vote.
Yes.
So that's about it. And just before we go, I want to say something about John's wonderful Hawaiian shirt. John, usually those shirts I think are the epitome of bad taste, but that one comes out really well.
Oh, this is a special one. My late wife bought it for me in Hawaii, and
Right.
it cost her a lot of money. I insisted that she didn't do it, but she did.
Well, it looks really jolly.
I treasure it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that brings me to the final point. There isn't much time left to vote. So I'd be saying try and do it in the next couple of days or straight away, because by Friday next week, it's all over Red Rover. That's the actual AGM. So try and get the vote in before that period.
Just one more thing. If you're at Southport Central, or if you can come to Southport Central, come to the AGM. We need everybody that can come to come so they can see how the place is being run. And I must stress, do not be late if you come to the meeting. 1 minute late and you are locked out. The body corporate manager locks the door sharp at 4 p.m. And the meeting only goes for 4 minutes usually.
Well, last year was 4 minutes 57 seconds, I
Right.
think, to be
Well-
exact, because I remember filming it. Because there's no discussion, there's no general business. It's a pretty authoritarian type of setup where you go to the meeting and there's no opportunity really to have a say on anything. That's all for today. Thank you for the feedback on our first podcast. We're really encouraged by it, and we may make this a regular event next year. We'll see.
I think that's a good idea, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
Okay, have a good day.
Audio Jungle.